So you want to learn to operate, eh? Well, let me teach you. There are a few things that you gotta know. First, you gotta have the right weapon and the right gear. First, I've got a dark blue light shirt for tactical freshness. Got a gun. Most importantly, the silencer, the most important part of your gear. Got a sight so that you can see what you're shooting at. I've got a tac vest with magazines sit here that I can change out really quick because time is of the essence and time is money, and money is unimportant right now. Switch through your mags. See what I mean? I can do it really fast. Like that. Got a grenade, just for whenever you want to scare an enemy or something. That's what grenades are for, right? But first, I'm going to teach you how to clear a corner. So when you're clearing the corner, you want to have your gun canted sideways, always, no matter what. I don't really know, but that's just what I learned. And then you got to come in. You don't want to go like this, because then they'll see the muzzle and they're like, oh, hi, bang. You want to go relatively quick and coming around the corner. And then when you see no enemies, hi, then you're like, ah!
What's going on, guys? Hope you enjoyed the funny intro. So, can you use airsoft guns as real firearm training options? My answer would be yes, for a couple of reasons, which we'll get to in just a minute. But first I want to take a moment to appreciate my airsoft gun. It's a KWA Ronin VM4. Got a holographic sight on it and a suppressor. It's a great gun to play with, quite quiet, high quality. Cost a few pennies more than a cheap one, but it's actually quite a nice gun. It'll last you a long time. Okay, now the first reason I'm going to talk about is most real guns, or real steel versions as they're commonly referred to in the airsoft world, have their airsoft counterparts. Here we have classic 1911. I also have one. This is my younger brother's. I have one in black. We also have an M93R. We have an MP9, an MP7. We've got a Glock 18, which currently is out of service, needs some help. These are actually referred to, these particular ones, as PTP, which stands for Professional Training Pistol. I got my words mixed up. Professional Training Pistol. Okay, got it right. Which basically means it's an exact replica of the real thing. And so you can actually change out some of the parts on these airsoft guns with real steel version parts. Not all of them, mind you, but some. Like a 1911 magazine will fit right into this gun. Same with the Glock 18, the Glock magazine will. It's same weight, exact same size. Last round bolt hold open. It's green gas, so it's got a little valve there which you filled with green gas, which is basically modified propane. That provides the pressure for running the slide and pushing the BB out. And they're very cheap to run and very upgradable and customizable. Now, my gun is very bare and simple at the moment. I like it to be very simple, but I could put an M203 grenade launcher on there. I could put an 8 power scope, a 4 power scope, which I actually used to have on there. I can change out the stock, I can change out the pistol grip, get different magazines if I really feel like it, which isn't really changing the gun up, but you can change them up in the same way that you could a real one. The reason number 2 is price point. So you can get this gun for 240 bucks Canadian, which is, a lot of people can afford it. Ammunition, you can get 5,000 rounds for 20 bucks, or cheaper, or more expensive, depends on the grade of BBs that you use. And you can also use just plain propane, which is dirt cheap, or the green gas, which is 20 bucks a bottle. It's slightly more expensive, but still a lot cheaper than 40 bucks, 50, 45 ACP rounds, and you get a lot more out of it. So, price point, you can practice a lot, and you can practice all day and it won't break the budget. Whereas if you put 2,000 rounds through a 45 ACP or 5.56 or 308 or what have you, every day, then you're going to be broke in a hurry unless you have a lot of money. So definitely it has a benefit there so you can train a lot more with less money. And it doesn't have the range or quite the accuracy, but at out to 20 yards you can easy hit human-sized target, no problem. I've actually got kills with mine playing airsoft at up to 50 yards with my 1911, which is pretty respectable. These ones are the KWA 1911s, which are very high quality. They'll last you forever. Not forever, but a long time. And they're just overall a really solid gun. So number 3 is the legality. I can have this and I can shoot it all day long without having a problem. But I live here in Canada, where the real steel version with this would be restricted. You have to be 18 or older, and you have to have a restricted license, and it can only shoot it at a licensed range. Here I can shoot it in my backyard in town. I don't live in town actually, but I can shoot it anywhere. I can shoot it in the house if I really want to, and if your mom's okay with it. I kind of was doing that earlier today, but whatever. This would be completely illegal. It's fully automatic. It has a suppressor. A lot of people call it silencers. I did in the intro. That's just because I was being a doofus. But it's actually a suppressor, not a silencer. So these are illegal here in Canada. They're illegal in some places in the States. But where it is legal, you have to pay a $200 tax stamp, which is kind of steep for a lot of people, especially since a lot of quality suppressors cost $600 or $800. And this would also be an SBR, which is illegal in Canada. Not just restricted, it's banned. AR-15s are restricted. SBR and other full automatic guns are banned, which is kind of unfortunate. And I can shoot this inside or in the backyard or in the town or whatever. Not in the parking lot, of course, you get in trouble for that, but like, you can have these practically anywhere. This gun cost about $600 with a sight and stuff on it, but I have put many thousands of rounds to this thing, and it hasn't cost that much. This one's electric. It's got a battery in the stock here, so you can shoot a long time, and just when it's dead, go downstairs and recharge it, and it doesn't cost you nothing. And you can keep a couple of batteries and just switch them out and keep shooting. You can change the springs on them for a different power. You can change out the inner barrel. You can do a million things. You can paint it and take it off and paint it with cheaper guns. You can have 4 of them and be less than $1,000. It's very affordable, legal practically anywhere, and a lot of fun. Now another reason is you can have the loadout of your real steel gun exactly the same as your airsoft version. And so you can get very well acquainted with your loadout. If you have different handguard on your real one, you can switch out a handguard. Different pistol grip, switch out the pistol grip. You can have the same optics, same stock. You can just change it until it's like exactly the same as your real steel version, and then train for cheap. Same with this one. You can switch out that rear sight, put an adapter, and then put a mini holographic or red dot on there. You can even have 2 of these or more of them and play with friends. Airsoft is a great game. It's quite fun, and it's a good way to get your old fat dad outside and get some exercise. Don't tell him I said that. And who doesn't want more guns? Hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely recommend playing airsoft if you can. It's a great sport. It can teach you a lot of things. Get used to your gun and get some exercise if you need it. And very enjoyable family sport. Play often with my younger siblings, and I don't have any older siblings, but I play with my dad and friends. It's a very enjoyable sport. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button right there, or there, or there, or there, whatever it is, and click on my head to subscribe.